It was her third day at Ridge Valley High, and already, Emily Carter knew she didn't belong. Her clothes were simple, her voice was soft, and she kept to herself, the kind of girl who disappears in a crowd. But that only made her more of a target. The whispers started the moment she stepped into the cafeteria. Laughter echoed behind her back. Someone purposely bumped her tray as she passed. She pretended not to notice. But Caleb Bryant, the school's star quarterback and resident heartbreaker, noticed her. Not for who she was, but for who she wasn't. She wasn't loud, wasn't flashy, didn't fall all over him like most girls. And to a guy like Caleb, that meant she was perfect for a cruel joke. The invitation that wasn't real. 2 days later, Caleb slid into the seat across from Emily in the library. His smile was charming, disarming, too perfect to be real. "Hey," he said casually. "There's this outdoor movie night on Friday. I'd like you to come, with me." Emily blinked, heart racing. No one had spoken to her with kindness since she arrived, let alone asked her out. Her cheeks flushed as she nodded. "Okay." Caleb gave her his number, told her to dress nice, and even offered to pick her up. Emily spent the rest of the week wondering if she was dreaming. But behind her back, Caleb and his friends were already laughing. "She's gonna walk in thinking she's on a date," he snickered, "and we'll all be there, popcorn ready." The setup. Friday night came. Emily wore a simple blue dress, one she and her mom had saved for special occasions. Her heart was a mess of nerves and hope. She texted Caleb, he said he was already there and to meet him by the front row. When she arrived, the grass was packed with students. She saw Caleb sitting with his friends, laughing, pointing. She smiled and walked over. Then she heard it. "Oh my God," one of the girls said loudly, she actually thought this was a date. Laughter burst out all around her. Emily froze. Her hands trembled. The world seemed to close in, crushing her chest. Caleb looked at her with mock surprise. "Wait, you thought this was real?" Tears stung her eyes. She wanted to disappear. But something inside her snapped. She didn't cry, she took a step forward. The Emily Carter who'd moved from Colorado was shy, uncertain. But the Emily who stood in that moment had a fire in her blood she hadn't felt in years, not since her dad, an ex-military boxing coach, passed away last spring. "You think humiliating me makes you a man," she said, her voice steady, loud enough to make people pause. The laughter faded. Caleb stood up, puffing his chest. It was a joke. Relax. People were watching now. Dozens. Phones out. The air was thick with tension. Emily didn't flinch. "I've taken hits way worse than your jokes," she said. "And where I'm from, we hit back." Before Caleb could speak, she stepped forward, twisted her hip just right, and threw a punch that would have made her dad proud. His nose cracked with the sound of bone meeting fist. He stumbled back, tripped over a chair, and collapsed onto the grass. Dead silence. The aftermath. Everyone froze. Then came the murmurs. Then the cheers. Someone shouted, "She just knocked Caleb Bryant out." Emily didn't stay to enjoy the moment. She turned and walked away, head high, heart pounding, not from fear, but from strength. By Monday, everything had changed. People stopped whispering. They started respecting. Girls smiled at her in the hallway. Even some teachers treated her differently. But most importantly, Emily didn't walk with her head down anymore. She joined the school's boxing club, the one her dad would have loved, and started training again. Not to fight, but to remember who she was. The message she left behind. Weeks later, someone asked her in class, "How did you stay so calm? Weren't you scared?" Emily smiled. "My dad always said, sometimes life hits you unfairly. But how you hit back, that's what defines you."